Hi, it's Victoria from Victoria Gardens. We are here at my home today because I want to show you the process I go through to take my houseplants in. The reasons I put them out in summer camp, as I like to call it, is it's much easier to maintain them outside. They love it. I can water them with a hose. This year, of course, the little bit of way too wet that we all had was a little difficult for them, but they responded okay. So here I am standing under my Ficus benjamina. I've had it for over 30 years and it is a beast to bring in and out, but it loves it when it gets outside, and I kind of like the open space during the summertime. And we will bring it back in, not today, but maybe you'll get lucky and get to see a shot of it in the house. So we're here now at my kitchen table. This is my eastern facing light. So nice morning light. So things that like just a little bit of light, things that are low light to medium light are gonna like this position here. The kitchen is always warm. The heater's right below me here. So it's not a cool window at all. There's different things that go near cool windows. And I like to layer them in. This peperomia didn't ever go out for the summer because it's in a vintage pot that doesn't have a drainage hole and it could never tolerate the rain that fell from the sky. It would have drowned. So I clear the space completely, sort of analyze the plants that are coming in and make space for them and then move them into position. So here we are at some of the plants that I know will do well in that eastern light on the kitchen table. And so the first thing I'm going to do is choose who I'm going to move first. And this rattlesnake guy is going to be my first one. So he gets a careful inspection. And there are some leaves that are a little ratty, a little beat up. I've cut before. They don't look great. There's no reason for me to keep them. Plants don't need every piece of foliage that they have to go in, especially because now they're going to go into a lower light situation. Oh, and we've got a little hanger on here. So there's a little gray tree toad in here. Well, we don't want him to come in. So I'm going to scoop him out. If you're squeamish, you might want a pair of gloves. But there he is. He's going to come out and he can hang around. See, he really is a tree toad. He can hang around out here if he so like, but he doesn't need to come into my house. I want to make sure things are nice and clean and not have any bugs on the back of their leaves, not have any little spiders that might think they want to come in. They've been doing a great job for me out here, but they don't need to come into my house. And so clean that all up. And then I'm gonna scoop it up and take it to the kitchen sink next. All right, we bring it to the kitchen sink. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to inspect it again with the help of the handy dandy hose. I like to give it temperate water. You don't need to freeze it off, or you definitely don't want to give it too hot of water. I tend to give it a nice little shower. The plant itself, again, if it were dry, and of course this year is anything dry, I would give it a deep drink, but it doesn't need that. I'm also going to then inspect the pot. With this attached saucer, we'll get some soil in there. So this water, again, I'm going to spray down the hose and sort of kick out anything that might have collected in that saucer. Give it a rain, a little spray down from underneath as well. And really knock off the soil. I will then use a sponge and just wipe it down just to clean that up. There's a little soapy residue and it sure isn't going to hurt in the sponge. And just give it a nice, you want to get it as clean as you can and really inspect it closely so you don't bring it in. And this is believe me, times I've not had the leisure of doing this and kind of threw them in the day of frost. So if you get time and you can do it now, all the better. I try to give myself a goal of bringing a few in a day. I'm going to then let that drain and drip off all this residue before I bring it to the kitchen table, which I want to put it on, and it's wooden, so I don't want to take it over there when it's soaking wet. Here we are in my living room. The windows behind me are southern facing, so we get a nice bright southwestern light in here through the wintertime. Houseplants that like bright light are going to just adore this space. There's limited space. The ficus that we saw earlier will fill the space above my head, but we will find locations for everything, and if not, they will be available for your purchases at the shop. So in closing, if you're looking for more houseplants for yourself, or you have any questions about this process, come to the shop. We can help you either find a new plant or solve your problems with your current plants. On the corner of Cottick Hill Road and 213 in the town of Rosendale. Visit and be inspired.